Hey, what's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna open up a box of Kaldheim set boosters. See what we get here, and try to take advantage of this. Try and discuss some pack one, pick ones if you all want. Jeez, that's a lot tougher to move on this one. Alrighty. Scratch some packs. Human Warrior. Art card. Foil Woodland Chasm. Horizon Seeker, King Harold's Revenge, Guardian Glade Walker, Struggle for Skemfar, Kaya's Onslaught, Nico Defies Destiny, Gates of Istfell, Vega the Watcher. Seems like he shows up in every pack I've seen of Kaldheim. Skemfar Avenger, and Surtland Elementalist. It's a double rare pack. And a foil Craven Hulk. Alright, if I was drafting, Skemfar Avenger is a good pick. Surtland Elementalist, also a pretty good pick if you're going to go in a Spellslinger deck sort of strategy. At the common level, the Horizon Seeker here be a great pickup. Another notable pickup would be the Guardian Glades Walker, is just decent value. It's barely on par. And Vega the Watcher would be good. So he's on rate, 2/2 flyer for 3. And whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, draw a card. So if you can get a lot of the foretell cards going on, that might be good to go with too. Alright, pack 2. Kaya Inexorable. Neat looking artwork there. Got an Ice Tunnel. Arachniform. Ravenous Lindworm. Snakeskin Veil. Wing of the Cosmos. Binding of the Old Gods. This one's solid playable. Finn the Fangbearer. It's bring back the poison counters, brings back Infect. Ruin of Mortality. Graven Lore. Redain, God of the Worthy. Alternate art. Harold, King of Skemfar. Alternate art. Pretty sweet. Backside of the Valkyra, and then backside of Harold. There is no backside on Harold. And then we got a foil Tuskegee Firewalker. Now drafting here. If you can get a lot of elves and warriors, or a Tyvar card, this Harold is a awesome pick. Redain, God of the Worthy, is a flying vigilant, 2/3 for 3, so that's on rate. And Snowlands your opponent's control enter the battlefield. Tap kind of slows down a lot of folks in Kaldheim draft because everyone's going to be playing Snowlands. They're going to want to be playing some Snowlands. And you tax them a little bit to slow them down with his abilities. Not gonna lie, this is probably the best pick out of the pack, and Harold, King of Skemfar, is not a bad one either. Tuskegee Firewalker would be a fine pick, as well as Graven Lore. Finn the Fangbearer, also a fun pick. This is a really good pack, actually. And Rune of Mortality, because you can enchant your equipment with that. And Binding the Old Gods is good removal. And Ramp. All right. Art card, Snow-Covered Swamp. God's Hall Guardian. Code Spell Cleric. Not a bad pick. Iron Verdict. Decent white removal. Doomscar Oracle. Revitalize. Cole the Forge Master. 2/2 for 2. Axguard Armory. Spectral Steel. Ooh, Extended Art Kaya the Inexorable. At Mythic. That's a fine pickup. I mean, it's in limited, Planeswalkers are generally pretty good. It protects itself. I mean, this is a solid limited pick right here. No doubt about it. That is the one we're going with. Frost Augur would not be a bad pickup either, but we currently have Kaya. Gives you a little bit of additional card draw. Not Vold Recluse, 4/2 reach. Not something we'd be picking. Other notable cards were the Iron Verdict and the Code Spell Cleric. This one wasn't the strongest pack out of the bunch. Okay, pack 4. Man, I'm having trouble getting these. Okay. Cool looking art there. Snow-Covered Mountain, Giant Ox. Ooh, that's actually not such a bad deal. Raider's Carve. That wouldn't be bad for ramping a limited setting like this. Raven Wings. Not terrible. Starnheim Courser. Be pretty good in a artifact or enchantment heavy deck. Battlefield Raptor, not a bad late pick. Divine Gambit. The Trickster God's Heist. Blood on the Snow. It's a good Wrath for limited. Glittering Frost. And a foil Strategic Planning. Oh, I do like that new art. It's kind of neat. So, the obvious pick from this pack is going to be Blood on the Snow. Not always the rare, but that pack was pretty weak otherwise. A couple good flyers in white at the common level. That evasion is tops. Remember, you want to look at your bombs, your removal, and evasive creatures. Real big deal in your limited environments like this. All right. Ooh, the squirrel guy. The Indestructible squirrel art. I like it. Snow-covered forest. Invoke the divine. Funeral longboat. It's actually not bad for a vehicle. 2, crew 1 for a 3/3. Beskar Shieldmate. Playable. Warhorn Blast. Also a playable Anthem effect. Story Seeker. Playable, especially with that lifelink. Path to the World Tree. Three Seasons. Search for Glory. It's a good tutor card. And limited environment, tutors aren't that important. Toski, Bearer of Secrets. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty good card. If you can put some evasion on him, just to get him through to make sure he hits, or some big buffs on him, like Trample or anything like that. If you pick up some good enchantments here in the, or combat tricks. Narfi Betrayer King. Beskar Shieldmate in foil. I think we got one of those in this pack already in non-foil. And the Terramander. Now the Terramander, I actually like to tell him, this is, will be legal in draft or sealed. I do like the Terramander, if you did happen to get one. Although these are set boosters and not draft boosters, so I don't think you'd get them. But Terramander was a hit back in the Ravnica Allegiance set, because he grew with the game. It was a late game monosync and a 1/1 flyer for 1. It was a great turn 1 play. Card like that does a lot of work. All right, so sticking to the Kaldheim cards, I would probably first pick Toski and hope to get things to beef him up, because it's card draw. He's indestructible. Search for Glory, I would skip. Path to the World Tree is just 2 mana ramp, which isn't bad. And most of this pack was pretty weak otherwise. So I'd probably go with the Toski. Or the Narfi Betrayer King is also not a bad pickup. Cool little art card. Master Skald. Valor of the Worthy. Not a bad pickup, because even though it is an aura that goes away, you still get that body with the 1/1 flyer. Bound in Gold. Good white removal. Shackles of Treachery. Port of Carfell. Cardor's Vicious Return. Immersturm Skullcairn. Waking the Trolls. Pilfering Hawk. Grizzled Outrider. And this pack is a pretty weak pack. Bound in Gold right now. Yeah, I would go with the common white removal of Bound in Gold in this pack as a pick one. The rest of this pack was pretty weak. All right, next pack. Alpine Meadow, Gold Maul Champion, Dwarven Reinforcements, Axguard Cavalry, good pick. Open the Omen Paths. It's a bit of like a ritual. Dragger's Helm. Cardur Doomscourge. Doomscar Titan. Mystic Reflection. Bark Channel Pathway. Finn the Fangbearer. Extended art, or alternate art. Foil Vault Robber. And Cradle Guard. Alright, in this pack, I would probably go with Carter Doomscourge. So a solid rate card. Well, this is actually more of a commander card. I'm gonna take that back because then they're forced. You can force your opponent to attack you with that. Where's the one that gave everything haste? There we go. Doomscar Titan. He essentially has haste himself at 6, and he also gives your entire team that extra +1/+0. And he does foretell for 4 and a red. Finn the Fangbearer, that would be a fun play too. So we only got 1 mythic so far. I do like some of these art cards. Volatile Fjord, Tormentor's Helm. That's not a bad pick. Haggai Mob, Breakneck Berserker, Run Amok, Clarion Spirit, Shepherd of the Cosmos, Valkyrie Sword, Youthful Valkyrie. We get an Angels deck. Quakebringer. This is definitely the bomb that we'd pick up here. And then we'd start trying to draft as many Giants as we could get. And stay in red. Here, beginning of your upkeep, each turn he deals 2 damage to each of your opponents. So in a limited draft environment, 1v1, it's going to be hitting your opponent for 2 every turn. He just stays on the battlefield, just stays alive. And it also triggers if he's in the graveyard and you control a giant. So it's pretty easy to say that's probably going to be our pick. And then we got the Circlin Flinger. Not a terrible card, but doesn't compare to Quakebringer. And then we got a Dusk Wielder here in foil. One, 2 for 1. That's a decent rate, and it's a perfectly playable card. Snow-Covered Island. Vault Robber. Tuscary Firewalker. Gives you card draw on when he attacks. It's a decent pickup. Immerstum Raider. Seize the Spoils. Smashing Success. Craven Hulk. Strictly unplayable. You don't want this card, by the way, unless you're really into the Giants. It's only good because you're a Giant deck. A 4/4 for 4 that has the downside of not being able to block alone is not. That's below your typical threshold for wanting to play. All right, Starnheim Aspirant. Angel spells you cast costs 2 less to cast. 2/2 for 3. Rampage of the Valkyries. In Search of Greatness. That's a fun build-around card, and it does give you plenty of free casting, and you essentially can ramp with this card. And then we got a alternate art Vega the Watcher, and a foil Ravenous Lindworm. Search of Greatness is a fine card, but it's not really the bomb that we're really looking for here. Rampage of the Valkyries is probably where I would go. And try to get a bunch of other angels so that you force your opponent to sacrifice a bunch of creatures as well. If they kill any of your angels, it's like a 1-for-1 thing. Keeps things balanced. That's where I'd go pick one. If you disagree, let me know in the comments below. If I can just get this pack open. Snowfield Sinkhole. Demon Bolt. Great Hall of Starnheim. Ascent of the Worthy. Firja, Judge of Valor. It's a good card. Renegade Reaper. Hailstorm Valkyrie. Vengeful Reaper. Another fine card. Resplendent Marshal. It's pretty big bomb. 3/3 flyer for 3 is below rate, or well above rate, well above what we need, what we're paying, getting a lot for our money. And whenever it ETBs or dies, we can exile another creature card from our graveyard, and then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control other than Resplendent Marshal. It's either an angel or a warrior. So you really want to draft heavy into angels or warriors. Now we got Halvar, God of Battle. Gives everything that's enchanted or equipped double strike. And lets you attach auras and equipments for free to creatures you control. And Sword of the Realms on the backside. It's pretty sweet, not gonna lie, but I still think I would take the Resplendent Marshal. And if you do get the Halvar, you'd want to draft a lot of equipment cards. Pretty much every last one that comes by. Got an Avalanche Caller and Batter Shield Warrior, and I'm still not changing my decision there. Best card in this pack to draft is Resplendent Marshal. Excuse me. Excuse me. I think we just saw that guy a little earlier. Undersea Invader. Bloodsky Berserker. Poison the Cup. Tergrid's Shadow. Return Upon the Tide. Thornmantle Striker. It's a fine pickup in an elf deck. Elder Fang Ritualist. Skemfar Shadow Sage. The Bears of Littjara. Blizzard Brawl. And Bounding Gold. Alright, in this case, Bounding Gold would not be a bad pick. Skemfar Shadow Sage would be a good pickup if you're going to go all in on elves or clerics. You'll do damage just by hitting the board. Thornmantle Striker, again, not a bad pick in an elf deck. Best card, though, I'm going to say is going to be the Poison the Cup. Would be our best pick here in this pack. Alright, moving on to the next one. Alright, we're about a third of the way through. I won't have so much trouble opening up these Kaldheim packs here. Arctic Treeline, Squash, Cinderheart Giant, Gold Vein Pick. That's a fine pick right there. Pun intended. Littjara Kinseekers. Bergstrider. Skemfar Elderhall. Harold, King of Skemfar. Harold Unites the Elves. Haunting Voyage. Awesome if you're in a tribal deck at any point in time. Kind of a bomb. And Narfi Betrayer King. The Blood Sky Massacre. And Pegasus Stampede. Here, best pick is going to be Haunting Voyage and Shoot for a tribal deck. Whether it's Rakdos Giants or Golgari Elves or Clerics or whatever have you. Go for it. I hope you can get everybody back out of your graveyard. Magical Christmas Land, I know, but it'll be fun to play it. And still not a terrible rate. With a particularly not a very strong back, other than cards we've already seen earlier and discussed. Snow-Covered Island, Pilfering Hawk, Frostbite, Frostpeak Yeti, Shimmerdrift Veil, Mistwalker, Elven Ambush, Boreal Outrider, it's a good pickup. Realm Walker, also a great pickup, especially if you're in a tribal deck with green. Magda Brazen Outlaw. It's going to be a fun card in Commander. Not so sure how great this is in Limited. Depending on how many dwarfs you can get into your deck. Priest of the Haunted Edge. And Smashing Success in foil. In this pack, best card, well, Realm Walker. And a close second is going to be the Boreal Outrider, as far as best picks. Boreal Outrider would keep you a little bit more open. Changeling really puts you into a tribal strategy, though. With the extra card draw going on there. And this buffs any creature that you actually cast with an extra +1/+1 on a 3/2 body, which is about on rate for 3. About.